So, are you a consumer of the mental health system?
Yes.
Do you consider yourself a survivor of the mental health system?
I suppose. That's sad we have to say survivor of the mental health system.
Do you consider yourself either recovered or in a state of recovery?
Well, I don't believe anybody's ever recovered. I think you're always in recovery. It's something that you're going to live with. You just have to learn to have the tools to overcome your mental health challenges.
So, what is your best coping tool?
Well, probably my best one, even though I don't do it as often as I should, is really, like, helped me in, like, states where I've been at my worst, is meditation and self-analyzation. It's really just helped me break down why I am feeling, you know, the feelings I have, why I have to feel like I have to have so much control over things, and really breaks down those root issues to see what is really underlining that and how can I deal with that, or how can I come to accept that.
So, who was the most supportive person in your life, and what did they do that was so supportive for you?
I don't think I could honestly say one person, but for me, the who would be Youth in Action and Capital Clubhouse, which is now Capital Recovery Center. But they really gave me those tools of recovery.
Who are those people? Why don't you talk a little bit about what that is?
Well, Youth in Action is a youth leadership group. It's Youth Voice in Public Policy. Before I really came to Youth in Action, I had bits and pieces of recovery, and it just, like, I was in this place that I think a lot of youth are in this place, is they get this really tunnel vision where my problems are so big and my feelings are so dark and nobody else could possibly feel the way I'm feeling right now. And that's just not the truth of it. There's so many youth and adults who feel, you know, so alone and in such a dark place. And Youth in Action really helped me understand that these things I'm not alone in. And, you know, my mental health recovery is not something I should be ashamed of. And my story can really help people and open me up to being a leader and taking the front seat in my own recovery. And that they introduced me to Capital Clubhouse, which was a clubhouse, but now we got a license to be a mental health agency. So it's 100% peer-ran mental health agency. It's like the first one in Washington State. And they just really gave me a lot of the tools and opened up my eyes to the fact that, you know, these mental health challenges is not something that makes you worthless and makes you debilitated.
So how did you first get involved with this? How did you find out about it? What led you to get involved in where you are?
Well, I was at a mental health outpatient facility receiving treatment that wasn't very effective for me. And I was doing a youth employment program, and I happened to just go with somebody who was on the site working with us to a Youth in Action meeting where I met Stephanie Lane, and I just, like, it just clicked in my mind that I had so much energy that I'd been spending so long, like, putting towards negativity and putting towards self-destruction, putting towards self-loathing, and it really clicked like a light on in me that all this energy and all the things that made me this big personality and made me, like, what clinically labeled hysteria, now I could use that voice and all that energy to really create this, like, leadership opportunity for me and help the peers around me who have maybe never felt that support before.
What was your turning point in your path to recovery?
1 second.
Yeah, feel free to take as much time, even if you need some time to calm down. Drink some nice, semi-cold water.
Oh, I'm calm. You know when I'm not calm. I'll reach a decimal that you've never heard before.
Don't underestimate what I have lived through. Or the family I motherfucking have.
Mine too. We have loud.
Yes.
Loud Thanksgivings. I guess, yeah, like, I mean, once again, the biggest turning point would have been, you know, meeting these people who, you know, Youth in Action. But, I mean, just has opened up, like, so many other turning points in my recovery and getting to meet people who, you know, really put in perspective how lucky I am that I have the opportunity to recover in such a supportive, respectful environment. Because, I mean, I was sitting 2 years ago, I was at Alternatives, and I was sitting there in a meeting talking to generations past leaders who really built this mental health movement up from the ground, and hearing their stories literally brought me to tears because I could not imagine a world where my family could drop me off on the corner and never come back for me. And I think that really put it in my mind, you know, to recover for me, but also to recover, you know, as a model for every peer around me and to keep building this, you know, mental health system up.
So, if you could go back and talk with yourself at the lowest point you were, when you were hopeless, when you were at your weakest, what do you wish that you could go back and say to yourself?
I wish I could, you know, tell myself that I was worth more than I was treating myself and that I really deserved respect. I mean, I wouldn't go back and change a moment of my recovery because it made me the strong person I am today. But if I could learn the same lessons that I did, but treat myself with more respect, I would have.
So the I Got Better is all about helping people at their weakest moments. This is all about people that are struggling so much with suicide and with just the feeling of hopelessness and not even knowing that recovery is a word they can say. Mm-hmm. What is a message you would like to give to those people?
I mean, I think that, like, the strongest message that I've heard recently and I would pass on to them is just the fact that when you have a mental health challenge, that doesn't make you broken and you don't need to be fixed. You need to, like, whatever that looks like to you, find your coping skills to overcome your barriers. But nobody needs to fix you, and our system, unfortunately, is geared around fixing people, but we don't have to fix things that aren't broken, and people aren't never broken.
Man, I say that all the time. Okay, sorry. Cool. What is your hope for the future of the mental health system?
Just to have a system where we look at people and how we can help give them resources and tools to best, you know, achieve their goals and help them navigate and overcome these barriers, and not look at it as if we, once again, have to fix people, and really a system where people are in the driver's seat of their own recovery and they're making decisions of their own recovery, because nobody knows what's best for them than themselves, and that'd be cool.
Elizabeth, how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Mental health recovery is cool.